Hey guys, so for this next video, I'm going to be going over the use of Zenoti, which I mentioned in the previous video is the CRM, the booking platform, and the POS software. It's kind of an all-in-one and handles everything. This is where guests are scheduled, their services are picked, but it also has a sales module, so to act as a CRM and kind of queue up contacts and queue up potential sales and things like that. So I'm going to go over the use of that. I know Patrick is familiar with kind of coming to the over here to the appointments. Um, I know he uses this booking wizard, but you can come right here and add a new guest and basically start entering information in here. I think this is meant to be used if you already, like, you're in front of the person, you're scheduling a guest, and you're going to book an appointment right on the spot. You can create the new guest. We'll be able to do that through the sales module. But the one thing that I do want to emphasize, this is meant to gather demographic information, gender, and all that stuff. In terms of the referral, this is meant to say PPC, but it says PCC, and that's fine. This is what we're going to use for any guest generated from CTM. From the ads account, which is funneled through CTM. There will be web forms too, but anything that comes from the Google Ads account should be tagged to this. Okay. So this is one way to add a guest through here. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go through the actual sales module, which I kind of built out a little bit. So how you would navigate along the side, there's sales, and then you'd come to opportunities. Okay. Right here is kind of the dashboard for the opportunities. And you can see, whoever the user is, they'll show their opportunities. So Patrick is primarily going to be using this. If Costa gets to a place where he's in here too, he could see his opportunities and kind of create his book of business or his lead list or whatever you want to call that. You could also switch off and see all opportunities that were created in here. So if you want to see the whole team, this would probably be better for like Rothstein to see all the opportunities that are being generated and being worked. But if you're only working your own, you would just go assign to me, and you could change a different date range if you want to see today's or this week's or what's overdue, things like that. This is very straightforward and easy to use, and I do like it. If you're on the phone with CTM and you're going to start adding somebody, what you would do is you would just click add. It will bring you to their thing. Basically, you can name this opportunity, and we're going to call it Danny Test. I don't think you really have to use description. This is only going to be for Drip Med Spa. If the guest name isn't already in here, we could just add one. Danny Test, email, gender, referral. Pick the gender, their phone number. The referral, again, we're going to use the PCC. So that's one place that you can put that. The sales owner is going to be whoever's working the record. So Patrick, if it's Patrick, it's Patrick. If it's Rothstein, it's Rothstein. If Costy gets in here, Costy will be here. That will be who the sales owner will be. The type will be, depending on what they're purchasing, whether it's one of those memberships where they're going to get something recurring or a package, you're going to pick that. The sales stage is just meant to represent where in the sales cycle they are. A lead is somebody kind of superficial. A prospect is somebody that you've gone further along in the sales process with. Active is an active client. Active is probably more applicable if somebody's on a recurring plan where they're getting billed monthly, they'd be active. If maybe their payments, they were an active client, but then they stopped paying, or their membership went on hold, that's what would represent on hold. One means one is more transactional. If they're just doing a single time purchase and they made that purchase, that would be like a one, like we won that deal. And then loss means that it's not viable. So loss is what you would do to kind of close it out. In terms of source, I have PPC here. Since this is the sales module, and right now we're only using it for PPC, PPC is going to be what is used to summarize the source of these sales opportunities. Dispositions, I just kept it super simple. Someone's not interested, we schedule an appointment or we schedule a follow-up. List price and offered price, if it's like, 99, and I think one of them is like 149 and we offer them 99, that would just be to summarize that. Follow-up date is when you want to call them next, which is great. I use this. Use the follow-up date. You can then use that little dashboard to like queue up who you need to follow up with straight here in Zenoti, and that's fantastic. If you have an expected close date, you may not have this, but if you have an expected close date, you can do that. And then down here at the bottom are the notes. These are where you're going to leave notes on the call, what was discussed. Again, this is for follow-up. This is for internal use. This is going to let you know what was going on with the customer / guest. And if somebody else needs to come along and then work this record, you can do that. I did skip over priority. Priority is for internal use. Lets you know how to prioritize the follow-up for these people. This is basically what the sales module is, and I'll just come back over here to opportunities. Once you save these records, they will start aggregating here in the sales dashboard. Again, I just clicked on sales and then hit opportunities. It brought me here, and it will show you. It will start showing you those people. I watched the video from Zenoti. So this is where you could track your potential, all of your leads, prospects, all of that stuff. You would work those right in here and do all your follow-up from here. And just make sure that we're coming back and retouching those things that we're creating. You know, it's easy to create that first one when you're on that call, but this is meant to be interacted with regularly. So on a regular basis, we'll come back here, touch those leads, do some follow-up, and try and get them to either an active status or a 1 status. Active being a residual customer, a 1 status means they may have just done a one-time purchase. But that is the simplistic view of how to use Zenoti.